The Stevens family seems to be a normal, happy family. But they're all infected. Terrible, isn't it? I'll be telling you more about this later. Ed is a doctor and has his surgery at home. 2,700 patients confide all their medical problems to him, and he's very proud of this fact. Ed keeps this information on his computer. Well, this is handy because then he's always got his patient's medical history at hand. The love of Ed's life is, well, yes, his wife, of course, and his car, a 1976 MG. This car gets regular treatment too, with wax, a very effective medicine to combat rust. And what about Anne? Anne's a communications consultant at one of the ministries. She stores politicians' and journalists' mobile numbers in her PDA. That's really handy too. Anne thinks it's important to keep fit. She spends so much time on fitness training that she doesn't usually have time to go to the shops. That's why she does her shopping on the internet. Dave is their eldest, a real teenager. He mostly uses his custom-built PC for computer games. Sometimes he takes it along to a big room full of other teenagers. That's called a LAN party. So Dave knows quite a lot about computers. And what about his spots? Well, if he washes his face a lot, it's not so bad. His sister Megan likes to spend a lot of time chatting with her friends. On the computer, I mean. Chatting is just as important to Megan as eating. And her boyfriend Dominic, of course. Megan always does things safely, except when she crossed that busy street when she was on the phone. I've already told you that this family has got an infection, but not a physical one, fortunately, but a digital one. And this is how it happened. Anne's credit card has been used to pay 1,500 euros in a country she's never even been near. And this must have been done online yesterday. Well, that's why she's calling the bank straight away. So, what exactly has happened? Let's take a look at what everyone was doing online yesterday. Oh, that's a good one. Go for it. Dave, of course, was playing computer games. He disabled his antivirus software and firewall for better performance. Megan enjoys music and was downloading some more MP3s, and at the same time chatting with Dominic. Ed received an invitation for a conference on a medical topic. The conference was free too. He could simply put his name down for it on the website. Ed filled in his personal data straight away and clicked on the registration button. Well, that's all. His browser crashed, but, well, that can happen to anyone, can't it? It doesn't seem as if anyone did anything strange yesterday. But what really happened? Well, who's the one responsible? Anne, Dave, Megan, or Ed? None of them have spent that much money after all. The Stevens family consider themselves to be safe, digitally speaking. Ed regards himself as a conscious computer user. And Dave had even installed a virus scanner and firewall after seeing a TV program on computer crime. Well, it turned out that the medical conference was non-existent, and the webpage was a trap set by a hacker. Unfortunately, Ed hadn't made time to install the latest software update on his browser. And the hacker cleverly made use of this. When Ed's browser crashed, a tiny malicious program was installed on his computer. This program automatically connected to the hacker's computer, and from then on, the hacker could do anything he wanted with Ed's computer. This isn't very nice for all Ed's patients and their confidential medical data. Well, not to mention Ed's income tax returns, his address book, and all his other personal data, which are now more or less lying around for anyone to read. What about the others? Together with the other computers in the family home, Ed's computer is connected to the internet, so it's now easy for the hacker to take over these computers too. If hackers can follow each key you type, they can also read your chat messages. Well, that's the way to make it really easy for hackers, Dave. Games and software are very popular on the internet, but you need serial numbers to be able to install them. No trouble for a hacker to steal these off the legal versions on the family's computers. Credit card data is also valuable information for hackers. They can follow their victims' keystrokes, which means they can intercept passwords. And they can even make a screenshot without the user knowing. So that's how the hacker was able to transfer the money to one of his accounts. Computer crime is widespread and everyone's a potential victim, even if they think they've got nothing to hide. They say criminals make more money with computer crime these days than with drug dealing. Criminals use our computers, yours and mine, to send spam, for instance, or to store illegal software while remaining anonymous. Hackers have enough psychological insight to be able to play on the ego or the greed of their victims. We've all seen those emails from Nigerian heirs to millions who promise you a fortune in exchange for a small fee. Of course, they're utter nonsense. But if you send hundreds of thousands of these mails, there are always a couple of people who fall for them. Hackers are by no means just frustrated programmers. They could even be your colleagues or your neighbors. Hey, that one looks like me! But fortunately, there's a lot we can do to fight computer crime. We can install antivirus software and a firewall, and update these regularly, of course, just like your operating system and your other programs. So Ed, it wasn't very clever of you not to update your browser. You want your patients to take their medicines on time, don't you? After all, everyone minimizes risks in the real world, don't they? So, the most important thing is being aware of the risks attached to your digital behavior. Oh, Anne's money? She got it back. Her credit card was insured. This time the victim was the Stevens family. But 1 second later, hackers are probably doing exactly the same thing to you, or the Jacksons, the Patels, the Singhs, the Khaleds, the Morgans, the Harrisons, the Britannis, the McDonalds, the Campbells, the Banerjees, the Clarks, the Holmeses, the Watsons, the Hassans, the Arancis, the Moores, the Griffiths, the Trevelyan's, the Gazelles, the...